261,000 people watched our video from 3 weeks ago that told you guys not to buy a MacBook Pro just yet. So if you're one of those people, congratulations, because Apple just surprised everyone with the brand new 2020 13-inch MacBook Pros. So in this video, we're going to talk about every single change to each of the new 13-inch models. We'll discuss why there's no 14-inch MacBook Pro like some expected, and we'll talk about the other reason why there are a lot of people that are hugely disappointed in this refresh. But before we get into the bad news, let's talk about the good news, because it's Monday and we want our good news. Both the new 13-inch models now come with the new Magic Keyboard, which is the most important change because the old butterfly keyboard in the previous model was carrying around a horrible reputation for being unreliable. To quickly sum up the issue, if dust or debris got under the keyboard, it could stop some of the keys from working. So the new Magic Keyboard completely fixes that. But it also feels so much better to type on since it has a lot more key travel. So it's a night and day difference, and there might even be some people upgrading just for the keyboard alone. Other than that, the rest of the changes are on the inside, meaning that the display and everything else about it is identical. For the $1,300 model, the great news is that you now get 256 gigs of storage at the base price, compared to only 128 last year. So this new model basically matches up to last year's $1,500 model, and you get a better keyboard. And one huge change is that it's now only a $100 upgrade to get 16 gigs of RAM, compared to $200 last year. Now, if you don't know if that upgrade is worth it for you, I'm actually making a buyer's upgrade guide right now, which will help you decide which model and which upgrades you should buy. So if you're not already subscribed, click that subscribe button below and make sure you have that bell icon clicked as well so you don't miss out on that video. And that's basically the only changes coming to the base $1,300 13-inch MacBook Pro. But the higher end $1,800 model is where the real fun starts. The biggest change is the upgrade to Intel's new quad-core 10th-gen processors, which use the new 10nm process and technology, so it's going to be more efficient and more powerful than before. With this also comes new integrated graphics that are much faster as well, so this will be huge for those who do a lot of graphics work. It now comes with a 512 gig SSD at the base $1,800 price, which is a huge change because that's what the 16-inch MacBook Pro comes with, and you can also now upgrade it to a huge 4 terabytes of storage. And another big change is that it already comes with 16 gigs of even faster 3733 MHz RAM, whereas last year it only came with 8 gigs of slower RAM and you had to pay an extra $200 to upgrade to 16. So there will be huge changes to our buyer's guide this year, so stay tuned for that. Apart from those changes, the only other real change is that this $1,800 model can now support a 6K display, which means it can now power Apple's new Pro Display XDR. So that's it for the good news. Now let's get into why people are disappointed. The main reason is that the base $1,300 model still comes with the same old 8th-gen processor that we had last year, which is really disappointing since the 2020 MacBook Air comes with 10th-gen chips across the board, and the price dropped by $100, while this MacBook Pro stayed at the same price, which is the second reason why people are disappointed. However, we still recommend this 8th-gen chip over the new 10th-gen chips in the MacBook Air because Apple chose not to connect the fan to the processor's heatsink, so this MacBook Pro will still run circles around it as we discussed in our video from yesterday. And lastly, we're still not getting Wi-Fi 6 on either of these models, so that's quite a bit disappointing. So now the question is, why would Apple leave the base model with the 8th-gen chip? Well, for the past year, before today's refresh, we've been recommending everyone to just buy the $1,300 MacBook Pro model and completely skip out on the more expensive $1,800 model if you want more performance, because there honestly wasn't a very big jump in performance going for that more expensive model, which is obviously bad news for Apple. But now there is actually a huge difference between these two, so spending the extra cash on the better model actually makes sense for some people, unlike last year where it made more sense to just go straight for the 16-inch MacBook Pro. And another reason why Apple left the 8th-gen chip is because of the rumored 14.1-inch MacBook Pro that will be coming either at the end of this year or sometime early next year if there are production delays. What we expect is that Apple is only going to upgrade the current $1,800 MacBook Pro to the new 14.1-inch model and leave the base $1,300 model alone. This will give them the opportunity to upgrade the 13-inch model to the 10th-gen processors at the same time as they release the $1,800 14.1-inch MacBook Pro. So maybe that's why they left the 8th-gen chip for right now. And then a year after that, they'll finally upgrade the lower-end $1,300 MacBook Pro to the new 14.1-inch design. Of course, this really sucks for us consumers, but Apple's gonna do what they're gonna do to incentivize their more expensive laptops and maximize their profits. So if you've been waiting for the 2020 MacBook Pro and you're wondering which model to buy, click the circle above right now to subscribe because our buyer's upgrade guide video is coming out tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.